Yeah, hello to my session here in Theater 9 about Microsoft Azure Hybrid Services together with Windows Admin Center and Windows Server. My name is Manfred Helber. I'm a Microsoft Most Valuable Professional in the category Cloud and Data Center. And Windows Admin Center is one of my favorite tools of the last years. And what's important for me, we are talking about Azure Hybrid Services together with Windows Server, because when you look around here at Microsoft Ignite, you see several information about hybrid solutions together with Azure Stack HCI, so the certified solutions for storage spaces direct. And for sure, Azure Stack HCI is great in this hybrid usage scenarios we will see here, but the basic technology to enable the solutions for hybrid cloud is already built in Windows Server 2019 from the technical perspective, and Windows Admin Center is the web-based tool that helps us to easily manage these hybrid technologies. So I think most of you are already familiar with Windows Admin Center, but to ensure that we are all on the same level, a short introduction to Windows Admin Center. Windows Admin Center is the web-based management tool for our infrastructure on premises. Windows Admin Center is a small installer we can bring on our Windows Server or on our Windows client systems. It's about 60 megabytes of size, and we can manage Windows servers and Windows clients in our environment without installing any agent on them. We use Windows Remote Management and PowerShell Remote to do the configuration on them. So when we later see in the live demo video several configuration steps, you always have to think about in the background we have powerful PowerShell actions that do the configuration for us. We access the Windows Admin Center via supported browsers. Supported is Microsoft Edge, supported is Google Chrome, so you need a modern browser that's capable to display HTML5 content. The Windows Admin Center, it's web-based, but it runs completely on premises. If you want, you can publish it to the internet to have it accessible from externally. So this is what we have from the basic architecture. We will see it in a few video live demos I recorded for us. This is mainly the screen of Windows Admin Center when we look on a server, and if you need the documentation, you can find it on docs.microsoft.com, and you will be able to download the full presentation, including the links and the demo videos after the session. So the commitment is that the session support team will upload the presentations within 24 hours, then you can use this direct link to the presentation. What's very important about Windows Admin Center, when you already know it, there was a new version released yesterday, the version 1910, and you can download it via aka.ms/wac download. This is the direct link to the download. So if you have a previous version, you should absolutely use this version. I also recreated my demos from yesterday to today, because yesterday we were still on 1909 and now we are on 1910. And Windows Admin Center is, has a continuous release cycle, so usually we have 2 new supported versions each year, and we have several preview versions each year where we can see what's the new technology stuff we have in the future in there. And we will focus on the Azure Hybrid Services, because they are very, very powerful and they support our on-premises environment with the power of the Azure services in different scenarios. And these Azure Hybrid Services are directly integrated in the Windows Admin Center, and we have also a very, very powerful documentation how to configure them. And I will showcase you a few scenarios, because when you open the Windows Admin Center and you go to the Hybrid section, you will see exactly this screen where you can, for example, configure Azure Backup. Azure Backup is a very, very helpful solution for single servers, but also for entire clusters or clients to bring a backup to the Azure data centers. We have the Azure File Sync in there. Here we have Azure Site Recovery. Azure Site Recovery supports us to even run our complete virtualized workload in the Azure data center if we have an outage on premises. New in 1910, we have the extended Azure Network Adapter functionality. We have the monitoring via Microsoft Azure. we have the Azure Arc. Maybe you have seen the information about Azure Arc yesterday in one of the key and core notes. And we have already in version 19.10 the Azure Arc connectivity to use this Azure-based service to bring configuration policies to our on-premises systems. We have the Azure Update Management, very powerful when you think about your modern IT infrastructure and you want to have control about the patch management cycles and to have to control about the versioning on the systems. And we have two additional services, the Azure Security Center. Here we can see it's coming soon. It's an original screenshot out of the version 19.10, but the preview of Azure Security Center is already in there. And we have the Azure Extended Networks, because when we use hybrid services and we put maybe virtual machines on premises infrastructure and also in the cloud, we always have to think about how to connect this to each other, and there could help this configuration. When we want to run Azure hybrid services together with Windows Server and configure it via Windows Admin Center, the first thing what we have to do is to onboard the Azure tenant we want to use into the Windows Admin Center. And this is what the next, the first demo video will show us. I decided to use a video because in these Azure connectivity scenarios, we have several situations where we have up to 15 minutes to wait till the configuration is finished. And we only have 20 minutes for this theater session. And I wanted to showcase you how to onboard the Azure tenant and how to use first services in there. And it's really the live steps. I re-recorded them today in the morning to have it on 19.10. And the only thing I did, I cut it out the time where we have to wait that the service is finished. So I didn't skip any configuration step in there. So we will see how easy it is to do this. Because when we go to the Azure, to the Windows Admin Center, this is what we see here. I can see we have a few clients here in the Windows Admin Center console. On the right-hand side, I have this question mark. And here we can see it's Windows Admin Center version 19.10. So the version that was released yesterday for the public, so we can all download it and use it. And I have already registered some servers here. And here in this settings area on the right and upper side, I have the category Azure. And in Azure, I can configure this initial onboarding of the Azure tenant. And it's very easy. I have the Azure tenant, but I didn't configure there anything. I click on register, and then we have a step-by-step information how to proceed. First of all, I have to copy a code. This code is provided. I don't have to care it or create it. Then I have the second step where I click on enter the code. And this enter code redirects me to a specific web page, but I don't have to know the link. I don't have to look up the link. I only click on it, enter the code, then I enter my Azure login credentials. I do this here in this portal, so my administrative user of my Azure tenant and the including password I need for this. And then when I click on register and store the logon information, I will be redirected back to the Windows Admin Center. And in the Windows Admin Center, I move to the next step, connect to Azure Active Directory. Here I have the option to select between my different Azure Active Directory tenant IDs, and I can decide if I want to create a new Active Directory application or use an existing one to connect between the on-premises Windows Admin Center and the Azure tenant I will use here. So in this live video, I will create a new one. So I select the create new one and connect. And everything I do here in this easy wizard-driven step-by-step guide results in a complex configuration on Microsoft Azure. The next thing I have to do, grant permissions. So I'm again directed to the Azure portal so that I don't need to know the direct link. I'm directly connected to this grant consent configuration area. I can click here on grant the necessary rights to the specific user. And then I will confirm with yes. And this is it. then it's done. And what I removed from this video are the times where I have to wait till the configuration is finished before I can proceed with the next step. Here we can see successfully granted admin permissions to our Windows Admin Center we run on premises here in this configuration. So it's very easy to bring Azure into the Windows Admin Center. The thing what we need before we can start is the Azure tenant. And you know, we have different ways to get this Azure tenant. The typical way will be that you go to your trusted CSP and you will receive an Azure tenant you can use to add the Azure functionality here to the Windows Admin Center. And for sure, when you did it, you also have the direct link to the Azure portal in there. So the next step is that you can start to consume services based on Azure. When we connected both worlds together, we can start and, for example, configure an Azure backup. It's again an easy step-by-step guide in the Windows Admin Center. So when we have a look at the Azure backup configuration, the first thing is we have to decide which server to back up. In my situation, this server will be the server where I will configure the Azure backup for, and I could choose the Azure Hybrid Services, or I could go directly to the Azure backup configuration. So it depends on the way you prefer, if you want to have the look on the full ecosystem of the hybrid services, or if you say, I want to go directly to one specific configuration here. When you go to the Azure Hybrid Services, you will see exactly the screen I had in my slides as a screenshot. And if you go to a specific service, so for example, Azure Backup, Azure Site Recovery, you will only be able to configure this specific service in this area. I go via the Discover Azure Services area here. We can see again the overview of all the services that are actually provided. And if you know Windows Admin Center, you know via extensions and via updates, there can be additional services in the future, and there will be additional services in the future. For example, the Azure Arc wasn't there in the previous version. This is new in the version 1910. So what we want to configure here is the Azure Backup, because Azure Backup is a great service to start. Everybody needs backup for his systems, and with Azure Backup, we have the advantage we don't only do backup with recovery, we also have the off-site backup, because it's stored in the Azure data centers. So when we click on Configure, we have again the situation that we have an easy wizard with several steps. We have step 1, log into the Azure portal. This is already done, because I provided this information. You can see he has the Manfred at manfredhelber.de. I could sign out and use another credential here, but this is the account I want you to use. Then we have the Setup Azure Backup in the step 2, select the backup items in the part 3, and so on, because as you know, in an Azure tenant, we can have several backup vaults. Here I have several backup vaults. I have a VAC Vault 1, 2, 3, and I have my MHDemo 01, Vault 01. So we can decide which backup vault to use, which location, and what to back up. So we can select if we want to have the system state or maybe only the data volume. I will unselect the system state and only back up my drive E, where I have my most important data stored here. We have a lot of links here where we get information about the costs, because you have to know in Microsoft Azure, you usually have a pay-per-use concept. So if I consume 252 megabytes of storage here for my backup, I need to know what do I have to pay for this. And in this learn about how much this will cost, I will be linked directly to the price list of Microsoft Azure, so I can look up what the costs will be. In Azure Backup, we have to have an encryption path for us, because everything we do here is securely stored and securely transferred. I need a passphrase with minimum 16 characters. I enter this here, and I have to confirm this. And with an apply, we configure the Azure Backup. And the great thing is, I don't have to go to the Azure portal. The Azure portal is great, But when you know Azure, you know we have more than 6,000 configured default services there. And for sure, if I have 6,000 or more services I can consume, I have complexity that maybe is not helpful if I only want to configure Azure Backup. And this is the situation where the Windows Admin Center supports us, because we have a reduced complexity here. We have easy step-by-step wizards that easily enable us to use technologies like, for example, Azure Backup. And here we can see, now it's configured. When you do it real time, it will take 5 to 10 minutes till the configuration is finished here. We can see here actually is no recovery point. We don't have any jobs that we're running. But we have a schedule we can provide, or I can decide to do the backup now. And if I do the backup now, we will have a job in the jobs list where we can see the backup is actually running, and I only have 250 megabytes of data in my demo machine here, so it will finish very soon. I select I want to back up files and folders. I want to back up the drive E, and with a click on backup, the backup to Microsoft Azure starts and enables us, last but not least, to have an offsite backup where we are able also to recover the data from there. It's very easy to configure, it's very easy to use, it's very powerful. It's built in Windows Server and Windows Admin Center. You only need additionally the Azure subscription to be able to configure this hybrid part here. If you want to have more, if you say, oh, I don't want only to have backup and recovery, I also want to have alerting, then we can see here we can configure alerts that maybe notify us when a backup fails, or when we are running out of some limits we defined, because we will not run out of capacity, but maybe our costs will be above a predefined limit, and this can all be part of the alerting here. If you don't only want to have a backup, but you want to have a full site recovery, then we could decide to get a step further and say, let's configure Azure Site Recovery. With the Azure Site Recovery, we replicate virtual machines from an on-premises Hyper-V host, or from an on-premises cluster, or from an on-premises Azure Stack HCI configuration to Microsoft Azure. It's again the same procedure. We go to the Windows Admin Center, and in the Windows Admin Center here we can see we are connected to an Hyper-V host, because we have the virtual machines here. And when you open the virtual machines pane and you go to the inventory, you will see I have 3 virtual machines here. And these virtual machines are actually not protected, so there's no information about the protection status. But the great thing with the hybrid configuration things is that the Windows Admin Center tells us, yes, I can help you to protect these VMs from disasters by using Azure Site Recovery. So it's directly in the area where we configure our virtual machines. And again, I click on this link. I want to update it now, and I have again an easy step-by-step guide where I have an subscription ID. I have a resource group. I create a Microsoft Ignite resource group 0 now. I have a recovery services vault. I create a new one here. And I have the location. For my demos, I used here the US Western region. So it depends on your region where you are based on, and on your needs where you want to create it. Again, the information about the costs. And via setup, this Azure Site Recovery is prepared. So we can see here starting to set up VM protection for Azure Site Recovery. This takes a while. When we go to the detailed information we can read, it can take up to 15 minutes till it's configured, but we have always the procedure where we can have a look on to see how far the configuration is, how long I have to wait till I can use this and configure it on the virtual machine, because this will be the next step. When this is finished, I can select the virtual machines, and I can enable the protection for specific virtual machines. I can do this for all of them, or I can do this selectively, like I do it. I select it for the virtual machine 01. When I go to more, I can protect the virtual machine, and when I click on protect, this virtual machine will be replicated via my pre-configured Azure Site Recovery thing to a storage account I have to select here because I need some capacity in Azure to store the virtual machine. There it's important to know that I have some restrictions regarding the names, but it's all specified here, and with the Protect VM, the protection starts. For sure, a VM is not only 250 megabytes, so this is a freshly installed Windows Server. It's something like 10 gigabytes. So it will need a while till it shows up here that the protection is enabled, and then it needs a while till the replication is finished. So, but what we can see in this short demo video, it's very, very easy to create this hybrid functionality in Windows Admin Center. And it's not only in these two things I showed you with with Azure Backup and Azure Site Recovery. It's also very easy in the other topics we mentioned when I started with this hybrid services in Windows Azure. We have seen the Azure Backup, and you have the full recording in the slide deck. You have a full recording in the slide deck about the Azure Monitor. We don't have enough time to show the video here, but it is in the slide deck you can download. Azure Monitor is great, and I'm very proud of it because we gave feedback from our Windows Business Solution Club community in Germany to Microsoft that we need something in Windows Server to enable us to get notifications if something is going wrong. And I think you know it, when we go in the Windows Admin Center to this question mark, then we can give feedback to Microsoft via user voice. And one user voice was that Honolulu should be able to send email notifications. Honolulu was the name when Windows Admin Center was in a beta version before it was released, or in a pre-release version. And here we had nearly 600 votes where customers said, yes, we really need this. We want to have notifications. And Azure Monitor is the solution that enables us to be notified via email, for example, so we can configure the notification channel, and for sure we can configure the baseline for the notification. For example, if we run out of disk space, if a backup fails, if a virtual machine is not replicated, if a virtual machine is not up and running. We have the Azure Update Management, also easy, step-by-step configurable, and this is the most important message about these hybrid services in Windows Admin Center together with Windows Server 2019. Because as I mentioned, the technical basic functionality is in Windows Server 2019. So we also could use this without Windows Admin Center, when we only have Windows Server 2019 and we have Microsoft Azure. But the Windows Admin Center gives us a very easy to handle management pane to give us these powerful features from the hybrid world with easy to use step-by-step guides for the configuration. So you have additionally in the slide deck the step-by-step guide for Azure Monitor, and you have the step-by-step guide via a video that's about 5 to 10 minutes for the Azure Security Center. This is also very powerful because when you think about your IT infrastructure, you have several servers and clients, then maybe you have security baselines where you define on which patch level they have to be, what has to be the firewall status and the Windows Defender status and so on, and this can be tracked via the Azure Security Center. So, I'm now at the end of the time for this presentation. I hope that you have seen how powerful the hybrid services can be already today, and I'm absolutely sure that we will see additional hybrid services in the next versions of Windows Admin Center. Please download the actual version of Windows Admin Center at aka.ms/vac download, Windows Admin Center download. You can download the version 1910 there already. Don't forget to evaluate the session, and in the session information of the app, you will be able to download the presentation slides, including the demo videos, starting tomorrow. So they should be available tomorrow at the end of the day to download here. And for sure, also think about, don't forget to use the Microsoft Tech community to access the recordings, to ask your questions about the sessions. So, thank you very much for the time here you spent at my session. Enjoy the Microsoft Ignite conference for the rest of the day. And if you want to talk to me, I will be at the Hyper-V booth in the next days for several time slots. So feel free to come up and talk to me about Hyper-V, Windows Admin Center, and the hybrid technologies. Thank you very much.